Alrighty, welcome back in. We are now going to be reviewing hockey. A little behind, right? Just a little behind. Alrighty, so Wednesday's action. It saw 5 teams take place, and the first game we're going to take a look at took place in the state of Texas, where the Dallas Stars were playing host to the
Edmonton Oilers.
There we go. So in the first period, Radek Faxa would kick things off, getting his 7th goal of the year, assisted by Steele and Smith. 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the first period. In the second period,
Tyler Seguin
would get his
23rd goal
from
Heiskanen and Robertson.
And that goal happened in 6 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. A power play goal to note. Wyatt Johnston would increase lead to 3-0, getting his 3rd goal of the year from Harley and Faxa. And that goal happened with 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go on the clock. Jamie Benn would increase the lead to 4-0, getting his 19th of the year, assisted by Stan Coven and Wyatt Johnston. And that goal happened with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go on the clock. Sam Steele was scored just about 22 seconds after that, increasing lead to 5-0 at that point, getting his 9th of the year from Faxa and Smith. So 5-0 would be the final score in favor of the Stars.
That's nice.
Of course it is. With that, the Stars are 48-19-9. They are still sitting first in the Central Division. And after the loss, the Oilers are still sitting second in the Pacific with a record of 45-24-5. Alrighty, what's next?
New Jersey and New York.
You can do it.
I'm trying to hold the cat.
That's fine. So, before we do the matchup, this has been all over social media that these two teams clearly have a very strong dislike for each other, and Randy, being the enforcer that he is, has gotten under the skin of several Devils players in the matchups that they played against this season. And just 2 seconds right off the opening draw, we had 5 fights to start this game off. I've never seen a line brawl that early in the game before, and apparently that was just the second fastest fight at Madison Square Garden. The last one took place in the 2021 COVID season and 2011 as well. So it's hard to believe that 2 seconds is not the fastest amount of time for a referee to blow the whistle while a fight is taking place. But either way, 5 fights, 4 ejections, therefore 8 players didn't play the rest of the 59 minutes and 58 seconds that there were in
Let's
the
just
game.
say that they got suspended.
Well, they got kicked out of the game.
Kicked out of the game.
Yeah. Alrighty, so let's take a look and see how this went. So, in the first, the Breadman and Artemi Panarin would kick things off, getting his 45th goal of the year from Lafreniere and Adam Fox, 9 minutes and 22 seconds in the first period. Alexis Lafreniere would increase lead to 2-0, getting his 26th goal of the year from Wenberg and Roslovic, and that goal happened with 1 minute and 57 seconds to go on the clock. So after 20 minutes, the Rangers had a 2-0 lead.
Andre Pellet
Would get his
7th goal
from
Jack Hughes and Luke Hughes.
2 minutes and 11 seconds of that period.
Brendan Smith
Would tie the game up at 2, getting his
4th goal
from
Jesper Bratt and Timo Meyer.
tying the game up at 2, 9 minutes and 53 seconds of the second period.
Nico Hischier
Would give the Devils a 3-2 lead, getting his
25th goal
from,
Jesper Bratt.
and that will happen with 8 minutes and 36 seconds to go on the clock. So after 40 minutes of play, the Devils had a 3-2 lead. In the third period,
Capo Caco
would tie the game up 5 minutes and 32 seconds into that frame, getting his
13th goal
of the season. And then late in the third period, Chris Kreider would get the game-winning goal, getting his 36th goal of the year from Fox and Panarin. And that goal happened with 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go on the clock. So the Rangers had a 2-0 lead, almost blew it, but they would prevail. 4-3 would be the final score. With that, they are 51-21-4. They are still sitting first in the Metropolitan Division. As for the Devils, 36-36-4 is where they stand after this matchup. Alrighty, what's next?
Vancouver and Arizona.
Vancouver and Arizona.
Nice Vancouver.
Oh, I got them right there on the screen.
There you go.
Okay. Alrighty.
So there was no scoring in the first period, so you have to jump ahead to the second period.
Okay.
Monkey holder.
Okay.
Okay. In the second period, Quinn Hughes would get his 16th goal from JT Miller and Pedersen.
Yeah, 9 minutes and 43 seconds in that second frame. A power play goal to note. In the third,
Dylan
Genther
would get his 13th goal from Kerfoot and Keller.
a power play goal with 9 minutes and 14 seconds to go on the clock. Late in the third,
Connor Garland
would get his
16th goal
from
Quinn Hughes and
Hronik.
Koronik.
And that goal happened with 1 minute and 51 seconds to go on the clock. So 2-1 would be the final score in favor of Van City. With that, they are 47, 21, and 8. They are still sitting first in the Pacific Division. As for the Arizona Coyotes, 31, 39, and 5 is where they stand at the end of this matchup. What's next?
Tampa Bay and Toronto.
All right. Okay. So, how did this one go?
Let's say it's good.
All right. So, in the first period, Victor Hedman would get his 13th goal of the year from Kucherov and Hagel with 9 minutes and 57 seconds to go on the clock.
Austin Matthews
Would score with a minute remaining in the period, getting his
63rd goal
from
is it
Morgan
Riley and John Ferris.
Yeah, a power play goal to note. So we were all tied up at 1 heading into the second period. Braden Point would give the Lightning a 2-1 lead, getting his 43rd goal of the year from Kucherov and Duclair, 2 minutes and 54 seconds in that second period.
Steven Stamkos
Would get his
32nd goal
from
Hagel and Fleury.
and 8 minutes and 47 seconds in that same frame. So the Lightning had a 3-1 lead heading into the third period.
Nicholas Paul
Would get his
20th goal
from
Randish
and Kucherov with 5 minutes and 41 seconds to go on the clock. The Lightning would prevail 4-1 would be the final score in this one. With that, they are 42, 26, and 7. They still have the number 1 wildcard spot as we speak. And after the loss, the Maple Leafs are 43, 23, and 9. They are still sitting third in that Atlantic Division. But now the Lightning are only 2 points behind the Leafs for third. So if the Lightning happen to win their next game and the Leafs lose, they could easily switch spots in the standings. All right, the last matchup from Wednesday took place in
Seattle and
LA.
LA.
Oh, I passed that team. And there. Okay. How'd this one go?
Yeah, first period.
Adrian Kempe would get his 24th goal of the year from Arvidsson and Kevin Fiala, 9 minutes and 24 seconds in that frame, a power play goal to note. In the second period,
Trevor Moore
would get his
27th goal
from
Roy and
Dubois, 7 minutes and 39 seconds in that second period. He would then strike again, getting his
28th goal
from
Dubois and Arvidsson
with 8 minutes and 11 seconds to go on the clock. So the Kings had a 3-0 lead heading into the third period. In the third, Andrei Burakovsky would get his 6th goal of the year from Bjorkstrand and McCann, finally getting the Kraken on the board. 5 minutes and 40 seconds of the third period. A power play goal to note.
Kevin Fiala
We get his
26th goal
from
Lazat.
and that goal happened with 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go on the clock, increasing the lead to 4-1. Brian Dumoulin would get his 5th goal of the year from Gordy and Tanev with 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go on the clock, cutting the deficit to 4-2. And then
Trevor Moore
would get a hat trick,
getting
his
29th goal from Dubois.
And that goal happened with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go on the clock. So the Kings would prevail 5-2. With that, they are sitting at 39, 25, and 11. They are still sitting in the number 2 wildcard spot. And as for the Seattle Kraken, 31, 31, and 13 is where they stand at the end of this matchup. Alrighty, that takes care of our recap from Wednesday's action of the NHL. Anything you want to add?
This time I'm gonna mention my account.
Okay.
I don't really do edits anymore, but I'm going to think of doing edits because and that's it.
Okay, so your channel, as I've been saying in
And
several...
it's also the username you type in on YouTube or any of your devices or whatever you have right now in your hand or in front of you on the screen, on your screen. It's called JUSTHOCKEYY. It's called Just Talking.
Exactly. So, as I'll repeat it Her channel is Just Hockey, JUSTHOCKEYY. Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope.
Think you're good?
Yeah.
Okay. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, please feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative. Until next time.
Take care.